WREG in Memphis. This is News Channel 3 Daybreak.
6 o'clock is your time now, and breaking news is first on Daybreak. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Todd Demers.
I'm Markova Reed. Well, it was a shocking scene overnight on the I-40 bridge. A vehicle burst into flames around 1:30 this morning, shutting down the eastbound lanes of the bridge near the Riverside exit. Luckily, no one was hurt, and this morning, all lanes are back open. We are working to get more details on how this happened.
And also breaking from overnight, a house fire in Binghamton. This is on Shady Oak Avenue, just off Scott Street. We're told a family does live there, but they were not at home at the time of the fire. This morning, investigators are trying to figure out just how it all started.
And of course, we'll have all the day's headlines coming up for you this Friday morning, but first a look at our forecast.
And for some folks this morning, it's kind of a patchy fog kind of start to the day. And remember, we do have more rain chances ahead throughout the course of the afternoon. But right now, our WeatherNet 3 sites are showing most temperatures in the mid-60s with just some light northerly breezes across the area. Those north winds will continue, but they are changing direction. They're going to be from the south by tomorrow, and that's going to signal the beginning of a warm-up. Now, Markova and I just talked about the patchy fog a moment ago, but Storm Tracker 3S is also finding a little bit of leftover drizzle from overnight. This is by no means heavy, but just enough to maybe, you're going to need the windshield wipers a couple of times this morning. And you can also tell how quickly all of this activity is dissipating across Fayette County. So for most of us, it's going to be fog, maybe some drizzle this morning. And with our daytime heating, there is another chance for some pop-up showers across the area throughout the afternoon. We're going to talk more about that and what the weekend holds in store for all of your big outdoor plans. Your complete forecast coming up in just a moment.
Good Friday morning, everyone. This Time Saver Traffic report is brought to you by Memphis area Honda dealers. Well, they did wrap up that crash from earlier. It was an injury crash at Perkins and Willow south of the intersection. That has since cleared, so good news if you normally head in that direction this time of the morning. That was at Perkins and Willow south of the intersection. Though they are still on the scene of a crash over at Hudson and Jackson. 2 cars involved. No reports of any injuries, so this should be wrapped up pretty soon. That's over at Hudson Street and Jackson Avenue. I'm Corey Ventura with your WREG News Channel 3 Time Saver Traffic.
We have a crime alert in Forest City, Arkansas. That's where a son and daughter discovered their mother face down in a pool of blood. The woman had been shot several times.
And this morning, that woman is recovering at the Regional Medical Center. Police tell us they have a suspect in mind, but so far, no one has been arrested. The family says they're pointing their finger at that woman's boyfriend, who they say has a history of abuse. Shirley Jones's family would like to remember her the way she looked Tuesday night at a graduation ceremony. Relatives had been trying to call her all day on Wednesday, and when they couldn't reach her, her son and daughter went to her house. And that's when they found her, face down, covered in blood, in a back room at her home. She'd been shot multiple times and left to die.
We kind of suspected, something going to happen. We know it's going to be this extreme, But she's been having problems with it for the longest, We don't, none of the family like.
Now, the family members do tell us Jones was on life support for a while, but was then taken off and is now breathing on her own. Anyone who needs help reporting domestic violence should consider calling the 24/7 Domestic Violence Hotline at the Family Safety Center, and the phone number's on the screen, 901-222-4400. And there's also a national domestic violence hotline. You can call it 1-800-799-7233.
A Shelby County man will spend the rest of his life in prison for killing a man and then setting his body on fire in a pickup truck. Yesterday, 39-year-old Mario Allen of Rosemark was convicted of the 2014 murder. Police say Allen killed Cleet Davis after finding out he'd planned to meet his girlfriend for a date. When Davis showed up, he was shot while getting out of his truck. Allen then drove the truck to a field in Millington and set the vehicle on fire.
Police are on the lookout for 2 men wanted in an armed robbery that happened back in December. Officials say DeVicchio Bateman and Markale Rainey robbed the Cash America pawn shop on Summer Avenue. There are active warrants out for both men, and if you see them or you know where police can find them, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH.
A former Germantown teacher is telling his side of the story a week after being fired. Dr. Billy Rayburn was Houston High School's choir director. In his first public interview since the allegations, he is accused of inappropriate conduct, including kissing and hugging students. Rayburn says his actions were taken out of context.
I would have kids that would come from a class that upset, that they would be crying, literally crying, and walk into my door and they would say, I need a hug, and I would just kiss them on the top of the head. Others in celebration, when they would do something absolutely amazing that was beyond their expectations, when you push those students there, that would be a peck on the forehead of, I am so proud of you.
Rayburn says a lot of the accusations come from the competitive nature of the Houston High School choir program. Rayburn had a rebuttal ready for every accusation against him, but said he wasn't able to present it to the board members before they voted to fire him. You can see more of his interview on our website, WREG.com.
And today we are hoping to learn more about an Arlington high school teacher who is under investigation after allegations of misconduct. Thursday, that teacher was suspended without pay immediately after those allegations were brought to the school's attention. The employee not allowed on school property until that investigation is completed. The teacher is accused of engaging in inappropriate behavior with a student. The Department of Children's Services and the Shelby County Sheriff's Office were notified, but it's unclear what course of action they are taking. The teacher has denied those allegations.
Happening today, if you're looking for a job and love to work with children, Porter Leith Early Childhood Support Center is holding a career fair. It's taking place at their job center, at 3400 Prescott Road from 1 until 4. They are looking to hire teachers, family service workers, and other non-instructional staff members. Now, candidates should have a cover letter, a resume, and transcripts, and come professionally dressed. Happening now, competitors in this year's Memphis in May World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest are up before dawn, firing up the grills.
It is day 3 of the competition. Today we're going to find out who some of this year's winners are going to be. Our Melissa Moon live at Tomley Park. Melissa, I know you've been busy out there this morning with the team from Australia. What's going on this morning? Have you taste tested anything yet?
Well, that's right. We are with the Smoking Jokers this morning. They are one of 4 teams, international teams, that are taking part. This is their first year, and with me this morning is Paul and Rowan, and they are a winning team. Look at the wins behind them in Australia. Tell me about that.
We've competed in 14 competitions back home. We've managed to get lucky and win 6 of them and come reserve grand champion in 3. And pork ribs, we seem to cook pretty well.
So you are messing around here. And they're doing the seafood category, they're doing beef, and they're doing exotic, which can be lamb, which is what we have here this morning. And let me tell you, they've been smoking this, and the smells absolutely delicious. He's going to cut a little bit of us. You can't tell us what's in there, though, can you?
It's all a secret. It's just lamb.
It's just lamb. We've got a lovely...
No secret recipe.
No, yeah, there is a secret recipe there, right. So we've got some nice lamb there.
And
spices.
Our anchors back at the station were wondering where the term shrimp on the barbie comes from.
The term shrimp on the barbie comes from a fellow called Paul Hogan. There was a marketing campaign, throw a shrimp on the barbie, come down and see us. But my take on it is that Australia's surrounded by ocean, water. Prawns live in the ocean. Everybody in Australia has a barbecue in their backyard, whether it be gas or wood. And so the idea, grab a prawn or a shrimp, throw it on the barbie, and cook it up for lunch.
So I'm going to taste this when you got a little piece I can take. And while you taste this, tell me about your experience so far here.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, the people are great, the food's great. Yeah, it's just, it's happy days.
This is absolutely delicious.
Oh, you have another one?
I'm going to have another one, and I'm sure my staffer's going to have one as well.
we call it meat on a handle.
Meat on a handle, it is convenient. And this is delicious, let me tell you that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to come down here, the gates open at 10 o'clock this morning, or 11 o'clock this morning, 10 o'clock on Saturday, and the price is $10 online or $12 at the gate. Again, gates open at 11 o'clock this morning. Live from Tomley Park, Melissa Moon, WREG, News Channel 3.
Melissa, I think you have a little sauce. It was right about here. You might want to wipe that off there. Now, having a good time out there. Tomley Park, the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest with that Australian team. You know, the weather's pretty nice this morning as we're kind of looking out over Tomley Park. We do have some patchy fog, but we also have some very mild temperatures. 67 here in the News Channel 3 backyard. Light northerly winds are continuing with that high humidity as well. Cherry Valley, Arkansas is at 66, as is South Haven, Mississippi. And out at Memphis International, we're at 66 degrees with those light north and northwesterly winds. Storm Tracker 3S has been watching very carefully some very light activity that has been dissipating over the past couple of hours. So here in West Tennessee, you may encounter a brief shower, but I have to be honest, that looks more like it's going to be drizzle added into that patchy fog. Certainly nothing severe going on out there, but maybe some brief reduced visibilities and some wet roadways. That's what I want you to be most concerned about. Planning a few extra minutes into your morning commute so that you don't have to be in a hurry. And remember, there is a chance for showers showers popping up again later this afternoon. Corey, let's see if Mr. Jabberblabber agrees with my forecast throughout the course of the day. We are talking about the temperatures trying to climb back into the lower 80s. He's saying partly cloudy skies. So after midday today, after about 1 o'clock, when we get those temperatures back into the lower 80s, that's the daytime heating that'll be necessary to pop up a few more of those showers. Now, did you get enough rain yesterday, or would you like a little bit more?
I'll take a little bit more.
Okay, a little bit more. Corey's house.
Turn off my sprinkler system and let Mother Nature take care of it. Be nice. Well, good morning, everyone. This Time Saver Traffic Report is brought to you by your Memphis area Honda dealers. Yeah, right now we are currently crash free, so that's always the good news. I love checking out the north leg of I-40. 55 miles per hour, though. I'm sure a lot of folks are going much faster than 55. I think 65 miles per hour, and some of y'all go 70 or 80. So do the speed limit, because I know they're running radar over on the north leg. This is I-40 over at Hollywood, so heading in towards downtown or looking to go east. No reports of any delay. It's just a great stretch of the interstate, and you can really see the flow traffic moving right along. So over on the south leg of I-240, 55 miles per hour. Again, I know you guys are going a lot faster than that. I-240 over at Mill Branch, the headlights, that's the inbound traffic heading in towards downtown. The taillights, that's the eastbound traffic. And Markova and Todd, the flow traffic looking really good. Of course, a little poor visibility, as you can see via our T-Dot Smartway cams. The good news, no crashes to slow you down any further.
All right, thank you, Corey. New technology is making its way into doctors' offices, making things much easier and less painful.
And coming up, we're going to tell you how one company is using artificial intelligence to analyze important medical information.
If you see news happening in your neighborhood, let us know. You can call WREG at 543-2333 or email us at newstips@wreg.com.
Your #1 Daybreak newscast, WREG News Channel 3.